time to present the latest on the Sesame processing technology. And for that, I would like to invite from Akyurek Technology, Mr. Ali Tugbay Tavukcu. Let's hear it for him as he joins us up here. Once again, may I request you to please stay back in the hall with us, because right after this, we shall have a group picture of all our Indian delegates and all the other delegates who were not a part of the photo earlier.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you for staying and waiting for me to do my presentation. Now we are going to talk about a bit of my company called Akyurek, and then we are going to talk about sesame cleaning and sesame peeling. Alright, now the clicking comes. Now what you see is our head office, which is based in Mersin City, south of Turkey, where there are 300 companies who is trading all type of seeds, and there are about 150 companies who is processing seeds within Mersin. It's an importing and exporting hub that is, as I said, pulse seeds as well as sesame seeds. Now, Akyurek company started in 1970. Before we go there, my name is Ali Tugbay Tavukcu. For the ones which we couldn't meet, should you need my contact information, please anytime feel free to contact 724. I'm happy to assist your inquiries. Our production facility is at 42,000 meters square. It's one of the biggest, I could say, in the world, under one roof, who is dealing with all different types of seeds, processing and cleaning equipment. We also have opened another division for tobacco processing that is under this roof, as well as our company in Spain. As I said, we started in 1970 with our founders Ali Akyurek and Akyurek, and now we are continuing with two brothers, Ahmet Akyurek and Ali Akyurek. In the second generation of Akyurek family, who are in charge of production and purchasing and equipment designing, we are working with now over 65 countries. What Akyurek does is well known with the turnkey solutions. What we try to do is to understand the client needs and provide the equipment that will have minimum downtime and provide the contracted output quality. Equipment that we do pretty universal. We can use for sesame seeds as well as other local seeds like in Ethiopia. Once the sesame seed is over, the same equipment can be used for chickpea and beans. In Sudan, it is the pigeon peas, chickpeas and peanuts, half peanuts, or watermelon seeds. But we are in Sesame Convention, so as per Sesame, here is a standard seed cleaning line. Of course, we choose the terminology might be different from different countries, but we would need to have a screen cleaner which is equipped with perforated screens, good air, and second machine is our de-stoner, again with good air, gravity separator, some people prefer, some don't, and color sorter should you need, if you are contracted to do so, and a bagging scale. This type of setup is, as I said, universal. Should you only operate with the sesame cleaning, you would need minimum 2 machines, which is your screen cleaner and de-stoner, which will deliver you to 99% purity. In our production facility, we are 260 men. 20 of them are engineers, production engineers. Our manpower is with great amount of working years of experience, which is very important. And with young men, which is doing the installation on field. Right now we have installations in Bahrain, in Sudan, In Denmark, although it's not Sesame, in Uzbekistan is a up-and-coming player. We are supplying Sesame clean equipment to Uzbekistan as well. And now I would like to talk about peeling line, which is a further addition to the Sesame clean. As you have heard from our panel, Sesame peeling and tahini is a further addition value, and now what you see is a render visual of a 1 ton per hour Sesame peeling line. Such a setup is it takes about 40 meter by 11 meter, which is about 440 meters square. It requires a 7 meter height, and it requires 340 kilowatt of energy. I'm going to go and talk about the individual machines one by one. So, since after we clean our Sesame 99% and make sure it is stick-free, we use our first machine called Sesame Peeler. The peeling action is by friction. And in order to be able to have easy friction, we need to add water to the Sesame. And instead of traditional method, which requires quite a lot of water, what we call a dry method, it requires 80 liters or 100 liters of water per ton when doing hulling. Peeler takes the 100 liters of water to the Sesame per ton. After friction, we receive the Sesame with husk to the husk separator. This husk separator is one of the crucial, because the husk that you separate can be sold as animal feed, and the Sesame that is cleaned by husk moves on to the seed brush cleaner. At this stage, what we remove is the black dots on the nose of the Sesame, as well as some Sesame is semi-hulled, and this brush cleaner does further hulling. After our brush cleaner, we do a simple screen cleaning just to make sure that there is no ball of Sesame left in the floor. Along with aspiration, if there is any leaves, husk left. One of the most important equipment again is the drying, because we add, when we received the Sesame it was 4% humidity. We increased up to 15% humidity. Now we have to dry it down to 4%, so the shelf life remains as long as possible. The Sesame seed dryer is a column of air. We choose a method of heat elements that could be electric or LPG or fuel oil. That will be whatever is most suitable in your area. After drying your Sesame, then we move on to cooling, because your Sesame is hot. Once you cool our Sesame again, a bit of sifting, aspiration, then everybody's favorite color sorter. The color sorter is there to remove the 1 to 2% of unhulled Sesame. Now, this unhulled varies from every region to region, because you have the Nigerian, the Burkina Faso, the GMO Sesame in US, Venezuela is different. That needs to be, the number of the channels needs to be discussed according to the type of the Sesame, so that we reach the capacity that we need. And finally, you did your peeling, now we have to do the weighing and bagging, and we choose the right size of bagging scale. Of course, every main equipment requires conveying elevator if your plant is flat based. All the equipment that I mentioned are stainless steel, by the way, so that is washable equipment that you can maintain the hygiene at the best level. Air, as I mentioned, there are lots of aspiration. The air is very important at the process as well. Of course, we create lots of husk. We need to maintain the husk and the aspirated final particles environmental friendly. We do use, depending on the set of the equipment in the in the building, belt conveyors. And finally, all this equipment that is mentioned requires a motor control center. It's the heart of the plant. This could be either simple methods, or it could be you can control with your tablet. This could be connected to the internet. Whilst you are in the convention, you can see what your plant is doing, how many ton is going in, how many ton is going out. That's also available. And that will be it from me. I would like to thank you for your patience. And should you need any questions or have any questions, you have my contact for the presentation. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, sir. May I please request your presence back on the stage for a minute? Mr. Ali Tugbay, please. Ladies and gentlemen, this was pretty much the concluding presentation of the conference, but we have a couple of things still at hand. Be with us. But right now, I'd like to invite Mr. Anshul Jain from Responsibility, a Swiss-based impact investor, to present a memento to Mr. Ali Tugbay Tavukcu. And ladies and gentlemen, while Mr. Jain walks up on the stage and presents this memento, let me remind you that since yesterday,